Last Thursday afternoon, the KTVO crew came and interviewed Brashear's first Scholar of the Week, Christina Scudder. During the interview, the KTVO crew asked Christina about sports and her schoolwork.
Last Saturday, the band traveled to Canton to march in the Culver Stockton Band Day Parade. Then, later on that week, they made another road trip to Hannibal for the Mark Twain Marching Festival, where they took 4th place overall.
Brashear faced Knox County in the first round of district softball Thursday, with Brashear and Knox having already played 2 close games this season. Knox County had taken the first game 1-0 in extra innings at the Schuyler County tournament, and then beat the Lady Tigers 2-0 a few days later. This game looked to be another low-scoring close game as both teams went down in order in the first and second innings. Things got a little more interesting in the third when Knox County's Bish beat out a 1-out slow roller to second. This was followed by a 3-2 count check swing walk by Goodrich. Parrish then lined a first pitch double to left center to put Knox up 2-0. Brashear's pitching and defense got stingy after the third, however, sending Knox batters down in order to the rest of the game except for when the leadoff batter of the fourth reached on an error. Things didn't look good for Brashear being down 2-0, but things began looking better in the bottom of the third when Shelby Rogers drew a leadoff walk, but then was forced at second as Stephanie Elsie reached on fielder's choice. 1 out later, Jessie Hill came to the plate and lined a bomb to right center for a triple which plated Elsie. Brashear got the rest of their offense in the sixth when Haley Kelsey took advantage of a bobbled ground ball to reach first. Christina Scudder followed with a hard ground to the third. The fielder knocked it down, but precious time elapsed, making the throw to second too late to force the speedy Kelsey. As the throw was relayed to first, too late to get Scudder, Kelsey alertly sprinted for third and came home when the first to third throw skipped in the dirt. With the game now tied, Abby McKim ripped a line drive to right center for a double, scoring Scudder from second to give the Lady Tigers a 3-2 lead. Knox went 1-2-3 in the top of the seventh, and Brashear advanced to the semifinals of District 9. Stephanie Elsie had a single for Brashear, Abby McKim doubled, and Jessie Hill had a triple. Scudder picked up the win, giving up 2 hits and striking out 13. The Brashear Lady Tigers faced Cairo Friday for the semifinals of districts, but the number 1 seed proved to be too much for Brashear as the Lady Tigers fell 5-0 to the eventual district champs. The Lady Tiger defense held until the third when an error gave Cairo a run, which proved to be all the offense they would need. Despite some good defensive plays, including a double play on a fly ball to Carmen Woods in center, Cairo tacked on 3 more runs in the fifth and another in the sixth on their way to the win. Christina Scudder took the loss on the mound, striking out 5. This loss ended the Lady Tigers' 2007 season with a record of 13-8.
The Brashear Junior High basketball teams took a pair of overtime thrillers Tuesday night against Mary Immaculate to kick off their 2007 season. In the girls' contest, it was evident from early on that it would be a close game with the score knotted 4-4 after first quarter. The Mary Immaculate Lady Hawks found the range in the second quarter and went into the locker room with a 12-7 lead. Brashear still trailed 18-15 after 3 periods, but scored 13 points in the fourth quarter to tie the game 28-all to force an overtime. It was all Lady Tigers in the overtime as they pulled away for the 33-28 win. For Brashear, Kristen Love had 10 points, Shelby Salter had scored 9, Shandy March added 5, Macy Rodgers had 4, Katie Smith had 3, and Abigail Wheeler scored 2 points. The boys' game was also a nail-biter as the teams were tied 4-4 after first quarter, and Brashear held a slim lead 10-8 at halftime. The Tigers managed to extend their lead to 18-13 after 3 periods, but the Hawks battled back to tie the score, forcing the second overtime game of the evening. In the overtime period, Brashear scored first with a Hayden Hausman free throw, then lost the lead when Mary Immaculate's Quinn Benson answered with a bucket. With the clock running out, Brashear took the lead for good on a bucket by Hausman to seal the win, 25-24. For the Tigers, Joe Clarkson had 12 points, Hayden Hausman scored 5, Joseph Woods had 4, and Nick Thomas and Taryn Treasury each added 2.
And now we'll leave you with the BHS Marching Tigers at the Culver Stockton Homecoming Parade.
Yeah.